So section 5.4, right triangle trigonometry. Given a right triangle like that, I'm gonna call the two legs either opposite or adjacent, and the slope is hypotenuse. If you would have put this in your unit circle or any circle at all, the hypotenuse represent the radius. If I have a right triangle, then I have these property. Side theta, so here's my theta, that's the angle theta, is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Remember, opposite is the y-axis, right? It's corresponding to side. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cosine theta is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. And for the other three, you don't have to remember. All you have to do is what? Take the reciprocal of each of those, right? So for example, cotangent will be the reciprocal of tangent. Instead of y over x will be x over y. For secant is the reciprocal of cosine. And then for cosecant, the reciprocal of psi. So all you have to do is just remember the first three, and the other three, all you do is just flip it. And remember, this is only true if your triangle is what? The right triangle, right? If I give you an arbitrary angle like this, you cannot use that, right? Because those angles are not, one of them is not 90. Right? It's only true if your triangle is the right triangle, meaning one of the corner is 90 degrees. Solve the triangle if A is 50 degrees. The hypotenuse is 165 units. Approximate the length to the nearest. So they want to find B and A, those two legs. I have a corner and I have a hypotenuse. So my best bet is either what? Using cosine or sine, right? I can't use tangent because tangent I need the opposite and adjacent. That's what I'm looking for, right? So I'm gonna use sine. There's more than one way to solve this. So sine theta, that's my theta, equal opposite, which is A, divided by C. Theta is 50, right? So replace theta with 50, sine 50 degrees, equal A is the one that you're looking for. So leave it as A. C is 165. Now you solve for A, right? A is what? 165 times sine of 50 degrees. I like to write it this way. Don't write this down. I don't like to write like this. Because what people do is they very tempted to multiply the 50 with the 165, which is wrong, right? You do that on your log, which is, one of you did it on your log, I know. You tend to multiply them, which is wrong. You don't want to do that. So I like to put the number in front of the function sign so that you don't multiply them. Use your calculator. Make sure you put in what mode? Degree mode, right? So it depends on the problem. Sometimes you have to switch back to radian. Sometimes you have to switch to degree. Yes. No, 165 is the length of C. It's just a length. Radian is associated with the angle. 165 is not angle, right? It's just a length. Yes. What you got? To the nearest tenth. Thank you. Roughly 100. 26.4, because they don't put unit here, they don't put feet or meter. I'm just gonna say units, okay? I had A down. Now let's calculate B. B, I'm gonna use cosine of theta equal what divided by what? Yeah, B divided by C, right? So cosine of thank you. Cosine of 60 degree, I'm sorry, 50 degree equal B divided by 165. That's implied B equal 165 times cosine of 50 degree, mode in degree. Take 165 times cosine 50 degree. I have roughly 106.1 unit. Is that what you guys have? Good. That's all good. Now another way, once you have A down, now you have A and C. Another formula you can use is what? What formula? Because it's a right triangle. Pythagorean, right? You can use Pythagorean. Like I said, there's more than one way to do this. And your answer should be the same, or at least approximately the same, very close. Because due to the route of error. Let's do number 2. Is it your try or no? No, it's not your try. It is a 90 degree. Oh, by the way, let's calculate B here. What B equal? The angle B. Yeah, 90 minus 50 is 40, right? Everybody see that? It's 2. What should I use? What should I use? What do you want to use? You want to use cosine or sine? Excuse me. Sine or cosine? And how do I know which one do I use? If it cosine, of course I have to use angle A, right? Now, if it cosine, you have to use, you have to take what? If it cosine of A here, cosine of 62 degrees is going to be adjacent divided by hypotenuse. You're going to stuck here. You don't know C, you don't know B. So your best bet will be side again, right? You can try it out. I'm not saying that you have to get the right answer the first try, right? If you start, try a different way. That's how math works. So sine of theta equal opposite, which is A divided by hypotenuse, which is C. So sine of 62 degree equal 10 divided by C. C equal 10 divided by sine of 62 degree. .3 units. Let's shoot. Let's shoot again. I have C down. I can use cosine now, right? I have C down. I can use cosine now. Cosine will be B over C. But let's use something different. I want to use something different. I want to use tangent theta. Tangent. You know what? Instead of say theta, let me replace with A. So you know what angle I'm looking at. Let me replace with A. Yeah, I'll replace with B. Sorry about that. You don't have to change. Just when you take a look at my notes again, you know what angle I'm talking about. Tangent of A, tangent of angle A, angle denote capital letter, length denote lower letter. Tangent is gonna be opposite divided by adjacent, right? Opposite will be A, divided by adjacent will be B. So tangent of 62 degree equal A, which is 10, divided by B. That's imply B equal 10 divided by tangent of 62 degree. Plug in your calculator, 5.3 units. So far, so good. It takes time. If you confuse, it takes time when you do your homework. As long as you do it right, it doesn't. You don't have to follow what I did. You can use different function. You can use cosine you like, but cosine you have to solve for B, right? So B here will be 90 minus 62 degree is 28 degree. Last part say, check your answer using Pythagorean theorem. Know that the answer should be approximately the same because of the routing error. So I want to check. I want to know if my answer is correct. If your answer is correct, then A squared plus B squared should equal to C squared. A squared we solved. Oh no, A squared is given. So A is 10 squared. B and C we solved. B is 5.3 squared. Equal, well, I don't know if it equal. I'm going to put a question mark here. Equal C squared will be 11.3 squared. Ten squared plus 5.3 squared, that's 128.09. That's the left-hand side. And the right-hand side is 127.69. So they are approximately the same, right? It should be the same, but because you kind of route off those C and D, it matches our answer. Find the length involving right triangles. Let me ask you a question. The red triangle that you saw, is it a right triangle or no? Is that the red one, the big red one? Is that a right triangle? Because Let me ask you, is this 90 degree? Is it 90? Is it 90? If this is 90, these two add all three, gonna greater than 180. No, right? No. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. These two add up is what? So what's 63 plus 39? 102. So the remaining, this one should be what? 180 minus 102, which is not 90. Whatever it is, it's not 90. Right? So it's not 90. That's how you check, right? You check if all three add up to 180. Or you can add up the two and say, oh, that's more than 90 degrees. So the remaining one could be 90. It is not a right triangle. So don't let your eye deceive you. Pictures can be very deceitful. That's why we have algebra, right, to check. But I know that the little one are right triangle, right? The little one inside it, are right triangle. My goal is to find x. Because the big one is not right triangle. I cannot use those sick trigonometry here, or Pythagorean theorem in that sense. Right? I gotta rely on the little ones. So the big one, the big x, the long x, is gonna equal to the two small x add up to together, right? Let's find the small one first. So I know my big X is equal to x1 plus x2. Let's find x1 first. What can I use? Let's see, what can I use? I'm looking for one of the legs. X1 is one of the legs, right? Leg 1, leg 2, and that is hypotenuse. You have one of the leg, you have one of the angle, you want to find another leg. What trigonometry you're going to use? You can try it out. You don't have to get the right answer the first time. If I try sine, well, it's kind of wasted because I'm not looking for hypotenuse, do I? No, I'm not looking for hypotenuse. I'm not looking for this. I'm looking for this. Same thing with cosine. Same thing. I'm wasting my time because I'm not looking for hypotenuse, right? Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. And you have this, right? So tangent theta, or tangent of 63 degrees, you can try it out. You don't have to get the right answer the first time. Tangent 60 degrees is opposite, which is 82, divided by adjacent, which is x1. So that's imply x1 equal 82 over tangent of 63 degrees. This is just algebra. If everybody okay, if I kind of do like that without showing how do I get x1 equal 82 over tangent 60 degrees. All right. Let me do this real quick just in case. All I have to do is multiply both sides by x1, right? So on the right hand side, x1 cancel. So that's just 82. Divide both sides by. So when you do that, that's gone. Divide both sides by tangent 60 degrees, you have that. Look in your calculator. The length is 41.78108, etc. I want to get as many as decimal as I can because it's not my final answer. Now x2, tangent of 39 degrees. Can someone tell me what over what? Which is put in a number over x2. x2 equal 82 over tangent of 39 degrees. it is equal to 101.26156, etc. X equal x1 plus x2 is 41.78106, etc. plus 101.26156, etc. Roughly, I'm going to round it to two decimal places, 143.04 units. Number 4 is you try 1. Let me give you a hint for number 4. Number 4, they're looking for x. They're looking for x. Well, but it belong to the triangle that it is not what? It is not right triangle, right? But the other two are, right? The first one is the big one, and then the little one inside it. So your goal will be what? If I call the big one is x2, and the little one is x1, then x equal what? x2 minus x1, right? That's your hint. And then you have to calculate x2, calculate x1, just like I did. Maybe use different, it doesn't have to be tangent, or it could be tangent, doesn't, I don't know, but similar. Co-function. What is co-function? Let's take a look at some trigonometric expression. If I want to calculate psi A equal to opposite, right? Psi A equal to opposite, which is A, little a, divided by hypotenuse, which is little c. That's A, that's B. Cos B will be, someone tell me what's cos B equal? Very good. Oh, no. I'm talking about cos B. Cos B. Cos B. Cos B is A over C, right? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Do you guys understand adjacent is, some of you? I know most of you are. Adjacent means next to, right? Next to it. So adjacent to a angle B will be length A. Right? Opposite to B will be little b. What about cos A? Cos A, B over C. Very good. Psi B. Psi B, little b over little c. Tangent A. Tangent A. A over B, right? Opposite over adjacent. Cotangent B, just flip, right? Just flip tangent, so B over A. Or if you remember it differently, it will be adjacent over opposite. What can you conclude? I see that if you look at what we just did, I see that sine A is equivalent to cosine B. Yes, they both equal to A over C. And then cosine A is equivalent to sine B. And then tangent A is equivalent to cotangent B. Note that A and B are complement. What does complement mean? Do you guys remember what complement means? Complement mean what? The two angle add up to 90 degrees, right? Complement mean angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. Rewrite the equalities in terms of A. Now, I want to rewrite everything in terms of A. So that means I got to transform that letter, the big B, into big A. How do I do that? How do I transform big B into term of A? If I know A plus B equal 90 degrees, then can you solve for B? B equal 90 minus A, yeah? Lagging. So instead of writing B here, like I should up there, I want to replace with what? 90 minus A, but no B. Same thing with this one. I want to write in terms of A. Cosine A equals sine of B, which is 90 minus A. Last but not least, tangent A equal cotangent 90. Oh, let me use yellow. 90 degree minus A. Whoa, those are co-functions. Sine A equal cosine of 90 minus A. Whatever A is, A could be 10 degree, could be 20 degree, 30 degree, doesn't matter, right? Whatever A is, as long as it's less than 90 degree, then sine A equal cosine of 90 minus A. And these two functions they call co-function. It is co-function because have the same what? Have the same output. Right? Right there. Sine theta, instead of using A, they use theta in general. Sine theta equal cosine of 90 minus theta. This is in degree, in radian. 90 degree is the same thing as pi half. Right? So pi half minus theta. And it's the same thing for the rest. Phi co-function with the same values at a given expression. Let me give you a note here. So sine theta and cosine of pi half minus theta are co-function. And it's true for the rest as well. I want to find the cofunction of sine 44 degree. So the cofunction of sine 44 degree will be cosine of what? Minus what? Yeah, my 90 degree minus 44 degree. Just apply the formula, right? Which is cosine of 46 degree. Plug into your calculator. What did you have? Let's route it to 3 decimal places. What you guys have? Point. Excuse me. Thanks. Yeah, 694. I want you to do the same thing for sine 44 degree. What do you have? Oh, do it. I want you to confirm it. We know the answer, but confirm it. Sine 44 degree. You got the same. Thank you. 0.694. So we got the right answer, right? How do you check? That's how to check. I'm gonna box my cofunction. That's my cofunction, right? The little approximation. I just want to check if I got it right. That's all. B. Can someone tell me what the cofunction of secant of 46 degree? Start out with what function? Cosecant, right? Of 90 degree minus 46 degree, which is cosecant of 44. And that is my cofunction. Now, if you want to check your answer, just have to plug into your calculator, see if you have the same value. Let's do secant. Let's do cosecant first. That's fine. Do you have cosecant function in your calculator? You don't, right? Well, there's a way around. You can write it as what? I mean, reciprocal of what function? Yeah. Which one? Sine, right? So you can rewrite it as 1 over sine of 44. Then you plug in your calculator. You have sine in your calculator. What you have? Very good. The reason I know it's not hard. I just want you to practice now. So on the exam, it's not new for you. Like these. No, it's degree because we starting with degree, so you should have your mole in degree for now. For the next problem, it's gonna be in radian, but right now just put it in degree mode. Same thing with secant 46 degree. You don't have secant on your calculator, but you can do 1 over what? Yeah, cosine 46. You just plug in your calculator, because you have the same answer. The reason we do this because we want to check, that's all. It is not your answer. Your answer, you already have your answer. Cosecant of 43. All right, C. Cofunction, I want to find the cofunction of tangent of pi over 12. So what function should I start here? Cotangent, right? So cotangent of what minus what? Pi over 2 minus pi over 12. So I got everybody got the jig now, right? You're gonna simplify this, right? Pi over 2 is the same thing as if I multiply both top and bottom by 6. Right? Make sure you have to do both, meaning you don't change anything. 6 divided by 6 is 1, right? I see people do this. Or I see they do this without multiply the top by 6. 6 minus 1 is 5, so 5 pi over 12. Check your answer. Let's do it. I want you to do it. Change your calculator into radian. What tangent of pi over 12? Good, 0.27. What about you don't have cotangent function on your calculator, do you? Huh? Do you? You have it? No, right? You don't have it though, which is fine. Not at the end of the word. We can use what? What's cotangent equal what over what? Cosine of 5 pi over 12 divided by sine of 5 pi over 12. You plug it in. Cotangent is cosine over sine, right? It is 0.27. D, you try to. And again, your answer should be, I just need this. This we're just checking. We're double checking, right? Your question should be come up with something like that. Function. Yes.
When we're taking our test, switch from radians to
No, you look at your problem. So for example, that problem in radian, so you know that you switch to radian. The problem starting with degree, you switch to degree. Yeah, it would be very, it's a silly mistake if you forgot to do that. Yes. I don't think so. If you do, they're probably not gonna fill it out for you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a circle. I'm going to give you the angles. Let me show you what I meant. You see this one, right? You have this one? Jeff or Sarah should give you this. What I'm going to give you is, at least I'm trying to persuade my colleague. I'm going to give you the angle. Does it make sense? But I'm not going to give you the blue or the red part. Does it help at least? I'm going to give you the angles. So you fill out those. So for example, a pi over 6, what point corresponding to angle pi over 6, right? So you have to fill that out yourself. But I wanted to give you the angle because it's not practical for you to remember those. I never remember those. By the way, the one in blue is the point, the XY coordinate for each angle. The one in red is tangent value. Yes, you see it next lecture. Application, maybe something like this on your exam, more like it. An angle of elevation theta is the angle from horizontal up to the line of sight from the observer to an object above. So elevation means this. A person stay on the ground or stay on a flat surface, and she looked up. So the angle of elevation is from the horizontal line up to her eyeball, right? That's where her eyeball is. Right? So that's angle of elevation. Angle of depression is the angle from the horizontal down to the line of the observer. So from her eyeball is the below angle instead of up, right? Like the elevation. So depression is she looking down. Just remember, elevation is horizontal and then up. Depression is what? So you start with horizontal and then you look down, right? Bless you. So I think something going on in this room. A lot of dust. Problem 7 to problem 10. Sketch and label a triangle that model the problem and solve. Be sure to use the units in your answer. The angle of elevation to the top of the Empire State Building is found to be 13.32 degrees from the ground at the distance of 1 mile from the base of the building. So Empire State Building. I'll try my best. Look like that. Right. A distance from 1 mile from the base of the building. So that right there is 1 mile. The angle of elevation. Angle of elevation. Remember, somebody there and look up, right? Angle of elevation is, I'm gonna call this theta is equal to 13.32 degrees. It's gonna take you like probably a few, because I already did this at home, that's why I know what it looked like. It probably could take you like 5 minutes to figure it out what the picture is like. Right? It should be. So that's your right triangle, right? That's your right triangle. What they want, use this information, find the height of the Empire State Building. I'm gonna call the height is h. What formula should I use? Tangent, right? The reason we use tangent, well, side, you need what? You need hypotenuse, which you don't, right? No, hypotenuse is, those are legs. The one that compile, the one that make the angle into 90 degrees, those are legs. The opposite here and adjacent here, according to this angle. Hypotenuse is the slope. So tangent of 13.32 degrees equal to opposite, which is h, divided by hypotenuse, which is 1 mile. So h equal to what? Tangent of, well, h divided by 1 is just h, 13.32 degrees. And you plug into your calculator. Let me help you with that. 0.2367 miles. They want it in feet, near a foot. I have to convert the mile to feet, right? So 0.2367 miles. I think I said this before. 1 mile, does anybody remember was 1 mile equivalent to how many feet? Very good. 5,280 feet. You don't have to remember. I'll give it to you on the exam if you have to convert. So this is roughly, if you plug your calculator, it's roughly 1,250 feet. You can check with Google. Height of Empire State Building in feet. Right there. 1,250 feet. Right. So we got it right. Number 8. You are on top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris. That's how French people say it, right? Paris. The tower is 986 feet. Let me draw the tower now. By the way, you don't have to draw the tower, of course, not part of your grade. The height is 986 feet. Assume that this is the height of your eye from the ground, right? So somebody from the ground, that's you. Now I can construct a right triangle like that, right? Now, through binoculars, you see your friend way down in the adjacent garden. So that person is your friend. You at the top of the Eiffel Tower. The angle of depression is 37 degrees. The angle of depression, remember what I say about angle of depression is you start with horizontal first and then it go down, right? So the only, because you on top of the Eiffel Tower, you all the way on top. I don't write you, I don't draw you there, that's you. So you start out with the horizontal. The only way you can do this is going like this. And the angle of depression is that one right there. Remember what I said, horizontal and then down, right? You look down to your friend, so that's your angle of depression, which is 37 degrees. Then what is this angle right here? In red? Yeah, 53. 90 minus 37 is 53. I want to find, what do they want? They want to find the distance between your friend and the Eiffel Tower. Say he tried to get to you or she tried to get to you. I'm going to call that X. Tangent of 53 degrees. Same thing, right? I want to find one of the legs. When you have one of the legs and you want to find the other legs, you have one triangle, your best bet is tangent, right? Because you're not touching hypotenuse. equal to opposite, which is x, divided by the adjacent, which is 986 feet. So that's imply x equal 986 times tangent of 53 degrees. Let me give you the happy ending. X is roughly 146, etc. feet. Close it foot. Okay, close it foot. So this is roughly 1,309. Very similar to the one that we just did. To the closest foot, how far is your friend from you? Which one I'm calculating for part B? To the hypotenuse, right? We have the two legs. Can I use my Pythagorean instead? I'm gonna call that y. So x squared, that's one of the legs, plus another leg, which is 986 feet squared, equal y squared. Right? X squared is 1,309 squared plus 986 squared equal y squared. Let me do the calculation for you. Y squared is 268,480. 2 million something, 2 million, 2.6, roughly 2.6 million feet. Well, that's square, right? You want y, so take a square root. That give you roughly 1,638 feet. Of course, you choose the positive root because it's the distance. So to be positive. What is the angle of elevation from your friend to you? Which one are they asking? Which one are they asking? Yeah, the other angle, right? From your friend to you, angle elevation. Remember, the horizontal is in the bottom. So that one, I'll call that theta equal 90 degree minus 53, right? 37 degree. Let me do one more, right? We don't have to do the last one. You skip number 10. Or I would recommend you do on your own. A water tower is located at 325 feet from the building. Right there. From a window in the building, a person determines that the angle of elevation to the top of the tower is 39 degrees. And the angle of depression to the bottom of the tower is 25 degrees, just like the picture. What is the height of the tower to the nearest foot? They want x. The problem is that x belongs to a triangle that is not right triangle. But each of those inside the triangle is the right triangle, right? So what I can do, I can calculate x1 of the first right triangle, and then x2 for the second right triangle. Add them up, I got x. You did this before. You kind of If this is 325 feet, then this is also 325 feet, right? This is one leg. That's x1 is another leg. If you have to calculate one of the legs, you already know the other, then your best bet would be tangent. So tangent 39 degrees equal opposite, which is x1 divided by the adjacent, which is 325. So x1 equal 325 times tangent of 39 degrees. Let me give you the happy ending, 263.2 feet. Can someone tell me the formula for x2? Tangent, okay, let's do this at the beginning. Tangent 25 equal what? x2, right? x2 divided by 325. So x2 is 325, tangent of 1.5 feet. Now all you have to do is add them together. X is 441.7 feet. To the nearest, so 448. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. And can you find x2? Yeah, x2. How high is the window? One more question. I forgot about that one. How high is the window? So that's x2, right? So that's x2. Means 5. We're done. I recommend you try 10 on your own. I'll post a note. So I have a note. I'll post it for you, but try on your own. Okay.